Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to try this amid the storm clouds rolling on into Alliance High School and a very windy and chilly afternoon in Alliance. We are trying to pave way for a softball clash between Alliance and United. Alliance's defense takes the field. We are ready for action. This is OHSAA softball on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one. It's back to back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. He's the point, and it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
Good evening from a wind tunnel on the campus of Alliance High School for some OHSAA softball as the 4-9 Aviators welcome in the 11-1 United Golden Eagles. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening live on SmeeSports. We have already lost 1/10 today, trying not to make it 2. Very cloudy. We'll pan over to the right field line. It looks a lot better on camera than it actually is in reality. And it has been extremely windy. I believe I saw wind gusts of over 40 miles per hour anticipated tonight. So we might have a couple of dingers that in any other game would be pop flies that barely exit the infield. So we will see how that goes in this game. Alliance 4-9 on the year, looking for a statement win against a very good side in United. Looking at the Golden Eagles so far this year, a lot of wins against teams 500 and below, but if you are winning, you are winning. A team built on consistency, and that is what they hope to bring into this game tonight. As for the Aviators, on top of already having a win in their last game, they have to try and get over the quote-unquote Easter dry spell. What do I mean by that? No practices, focusing on time off, and then all of a sudden you have a game again, and you go back to school for the first time in a week and a half. A lot of wild cards being implemented for this game against the Aviators, but we have seen so many teams play their best softball or baseball after the Easter break, or in some cases a late spring break, and that is what the Aviators hope for tonight. Looking at the starting lineup for the Aviators, it will be Claire at second base, Alexa Brown in left, Lily White on the bump, Tasha Hendershot behind the dish, Cheyenne Hendershot at first, Elena Menier at third, Kylie Puckett in right field, Brooklyn Jewell, the designated player, Aubrey Lunsford at short, and your flex/center fielder is Mia Pasco. As for the Golden Eagles, it is Callie Coons behind the dish, Chloe Angelo at short, Peyton Keckel at second, Josie Wargo at first, Grace Kofi in center, Miley Pitts in left, Brittany Miller in right, Allie Lacey at third, Kendall Erb, the designated player, and it is Jillian Dietrich, the pitcher for the Golden Eagles. It will be Coons, Angelo, and Keckel due up to begin the game. The meeting before this afternoon's ball game has concluded, and warm-ups have started for Lily White on the mound. A solid year for her so far, looking at her pitching stats. 2.49 ERA, 3-4 on the year through 9 appearances. She has a total of 42 strikeouts, 10 walks, in just under 40 innings pitched. We have seen her have some great games so far this year, and as well, one of the better hitters on this Aviator squad. Her average so far this season, 382, along with 2 home runs and the lone grand slam from the Aviators this season. 4 total home runs. It is her, along with the rest of her battery and Tasha Hendershot, who have the combined 4 dingers. Very good to see Hendershot behind the dish. Missed very minimal time due to the injury that she acquired at the end of the Dalton doubleheader. I believe it was maybe the 3rd inning of Game 2. She exited the ball game with an ankle injury, and she appears to be ready to go and has since moved on from that injury. It'll be Callie Coons, the catcher, stepping in the box to get us underway. The time right now is 4:55, so an earlier start time than anticipated. But with storms looming large, the goal right now, get this game in, or at a minimum, get it to the point where it will count. At that point, 5 innings only needed. White pitches, and we are underway, and it is a first pitch strike to open up the ball game. 0-1 the count on Callie Coons. Coons, one of 2 freshmen batting this inning. It'll also be the third hitter, Peyton Keckel, who represents the class of 2028. Now 0-2, a swing and a miss. And as expected, here comes the rain. 2 pitches in, and we have a drizzle. Very grateful for my tent right now. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from White. Well, upstairs, a good eephus attempt from Lily, but unable to get the swing. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes. But United their offense. That is what they are known for so far. 13.5 runs per game while allowing just under 5. Here's the 1-2. Count even 2-2 as that ball misses outside and in the dirt. White looking to close out this at-bat. Here's the 2-2. Hit right side and foul. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. The rain, it is supposed to only be here for a few minutes, but as we've seen in games gone by, that is not always the case. Count still sits even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. White looking for an early strikeout. She sets and fires. And it will miss, up and out. We are full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. A good battle by both sides to open up the ball game. White looking to win it here as the rain continues to come down. Here is the payoff pitch. Hit over to the right side, and it will carry on out foul. As you saw there on that flick, a few heavy drops of rain finding their way over to the PTZ 2-camera setup today. It's only me here for the broadcast. We have the 1 camera that you see right now, and that will be on the right side of the field. In between innings, we will be drying off that lens as long as we need to. It is protected, so hopefully it will only be a one-and-done thing. And it is a lead-off walk for Coons from down 0-2 to seeing 4 balls in a row, while also having a few foul balls in between. A good battle to get us underway, and the Golden Eagles have their lead-off batter aboard. Now up steps Chloe Angelo, the shortstop. First pitch is popped right side into right center, and it is caught. A good charge by Puckett for out number 1. An unorthodox play. She had to get a lot of range to get there, but she was able to cover the ground and was able to make the snag before the ball hit the turf. And as well, something else to note with this turf, if the ball gets down and has any momentum, look out, it is rolling to the fence. Keckel now steps in, high on the first offering, 1-0 the count. Keckel, the 3rd hitter and the 2nd freshman out of 3 batters so far. United, a good mixture of experience and youth in their starting lineup. On the 1-0, it misses well upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. In spite of the rain, still a pretty good crowd on hand, and that is something I will give credit to the Aviator faithful as well as United for. They travel well, or in Alliance's case, they bring out a lot of home fans. Here's the 2-0, swing and a miss on the off speed. A good change from Lily White. Count now sits 2 balls, 1 strike. If White can't continue to pitch that way, getting whiffs, she will have a lot of success in this game. They say that pitch misses low. 3 balls, 1 strike, the count. Josie Wargo, the first baseman, eagerly awaiting in the on-deck circle. But then again, if you are in the dugout, there is no more eagerly awaiting. It is trying to stay dry. The 3-1 is popped over towards the center of the infield, where over on the left of your screen, it is caught by White for out number 2. After a leadoff walk, the last 2 Golden Eagles have been retired in order, and here comes Wargo, the first baseman. Josie, the junior, looking to move Coons along the base path. Top of the first inning, 2 down, and we have a runner at first. 0-1 now the count, as it is a first pitch strike from White. I believe that is the 3rd first pitch strike that we have seen out of 4 attempts today from White. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch It is hit over to the right side. A good amount of carry, but Pasco gets underneath it in center and retires the side. After a leadoff walk, the Golden Eagles go in order. Middle of one in Alliance. 0-0 your score. How long can we continue this game? Find out when we return. I hope it's a full game. I'm tired of getting these half games. Welcome back to Alliance High School for the bottom of the first inning in what looks to be a wet one, windy one, anything but dry here. It's not ideal softball weather, but we will play on. You can see the rain coming off of the tent as we will have Lydia Clare, Alexa Brown, and Lily White hit this inning for the Aviators. First pitch strike from Dietrich, 0-1 the counts. It is the freshman Jillian Dietrich on the mound for the visitors. 0-1 the count, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Claire well ahead. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 good offerings to begin the home half of the frame from Dietrich. This will be a statement way to get out number 1 in 3 straight pitches and amid the rain no less. Unable to get that as the EFIS does not work. 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count. But I like the variance that we've seen so far from both pitchers. It is not strictly fastball or off speed, a good mixture of both. Ball 2 as that one misses well upstairs. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Lydia Clare. Clare so far this year batting .250 with a pair of RBIs. Dietrich sets and fires. Lobbed in, hit left side, and it will be caught for out number 1. An excellent lunge in left by Pitts. She barely hung on to that one. We will watch it back. That's about as close as it gets. We talked about a lunge from Puckett in the top of the frame. Even more so as you see top left of your screen, kind of a stumble / lunge at the same time. And that is out number 1 as Alexa Brown will now step in for the Aviators. And that one's hit to the left side of the infield. The throw across is in time. 2 up, 2 down. And as the rain continues to come down, it might only be a matter of time until this one is called. And now we'll have Lily White step in. White, the pitcher, looking to give her some help on the offensive end before heading back to the mound, if she does. 1-0 the count to begin this at-bat. But the rain definitely coming down. If this can hold off for a little bit longer, as it looked like they took it off for a while and now brought it back on, we should be able to complete this game. 2-0 the count. According to my weather app, we should have 16 more minutes of this. Here's the 2-0, left side, and will sneak foul. A good cut from Lily White, who, as I mentioned in the opener, has had a great year so far, batting .382, 10 RBIs, 4 doubles, and 2 home runs, and the cherry on top of it, her grand slam. So 2-1 the count as time has been called. It'll also be interesting to see how the ball travels on the ground once the rain stops. It'll obviously be wet, but how wet? Here's the 2-1, and it will miss off the plate. A good eye from Lily White. 3 balls, 1 strike the count. It is Tasha Hendershot, the catcher, eagerly awaiting in the on-deck circle. Hit left side. Will it fall? Yes, it does. It sneaks into the outfield, and with 2 outs, the Aviators have the first hit of the ballgame. A good blooper hit just into left field. A very narrow margin, but somehow in some way, Lily White snuck it through. And with 2 down, up steps Tasha Hendershot, and we all know the power that she, along with Lily White, possess in their swings. No better time than now for the Aviators to get on the board. The pitch misses upstairs. It'll be a 1-0 count, and Lily White looks to get an extra base on the base path. A good amount of movement over at first base on the first offering. We will see if we see her take off or a back pick attempt first. The answer is back pick, as she will break and is in there at second. A very good heads-up play from Lily White puts her in scoring position. So now a runner in scoring position for Hendershot. A lot better of a spot than she was in moments ago. Yes, it's 1 base, but a very important one. Misses upstairs now. Hendershot in a very good spot to put the Aviators on the board. Well, the Hendershot family in its entirety is in a very good spot to do so. 3-0 count on Tasha, but it's Cheyenne in the on-deck circle. 3-1 now the count as Dietrich is able to fire in a strike. The rain has become more straight down opposed to angled. And amid that, on the 3-1, it is a ball. Put 2 runners on, 2 down, and up steps Cheyenne Hendershot. Cheyenne, the first baseman, batting .289 on the year, 3 RBIs, along with 3 doubles. No better time than now, once again, for the Aviators to get on the board. 2 runners on early against a very good United side. Dietrich will fire the first pitch, hit weakly left side, and it is directly to the third baseman. An easy play at third retires the side. Good movement from the Aviators on the base path, but no damage done. End of 1 at Alliance High School. 0-0 your score on SmeeSports. New inning, same rain. Welcome to the monsoon on the campus of Alliance High School. The fact that we are still playing impresses me. I mean, it has been downpouring for a while now, but credit to the players on the turf. They want to fight, they want this game to play, and they are doing everything in their power to do so. I'm trying to see the better camera angle. I think this is the better one. Yeah, that's the rain coming off of the tent, and top right of your screen, it just appears to be broad daylight. That's also rain too. And over and left, that bright light on the top of your screen, you guessed it, it's also rain. The rain will not come away quite yet, as we will have the 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up for United in the second inning. First pitch lobbed upstairs and well out of the zone. 1-0 the count on Kofi. It is the center fielder Kofi, the left fielder Pitts, and the right fielder Miller due up this frame for United. And we will have a conversation between the umpires on if this game will continue. And the answer is no. It looks like we will have a rain delay for the time being. The coaches are being called out, so we will keep things here to see what the decision is. But I think this is kind of what we expected heading in. The rain was supposed to hold off, but by holding off, it bites us now. 1-0 the count. The game will stop 15 minutes in, 1 inning in the books. I said we needed 5 to have a full game. A far cry away from that. We will look to get a decision from the umpires as to how much time we are delayed. The delay is 10 minutes according to our umpires, so we will step aside and rejoin the action in a few minutes. But before we go to break, earlier on today, it was announced by the Vatican that Pope Francis had passed away at the age of 88. As many of you know, I am a practicing Roman Catholic, so today, a day of mourning on what should be a joyful Easter Monday, but it has been dampened by the passing of Pope Francis. We will, during this time, call this long period of nothingness during the rain delay as a elongated moment of silence for Pope Francis and those deciding on his funeral arrangements and those deciding on who will be the next Pope of the Catholic Church. This is OHSAA softball on SmeeSports. Rain delay between Alliance and United. We will be back on in 10 minutes for the rest of the ball game. sports transcend time. In this case, it is literally transcending time. A very quick 10 minutes. In fact, it's 5 minutes, but we are back underway after a slight rain delay, and it is a foul ball to get us back into the action. 1-1 the count on Kofi. For those just joining us, 0-0 your score, top of the second inning, 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up for United. As well, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening, live on SmeeSports. The 1-1 misses upstairs, well up and elevated from White. 2-1 the count. Only one hit for either side today, and that came in the form of a 2-out bloop single from Lily White. Here's the 2-1. And once again, the lob misses upstairs. 3 balls, 1 strike. The on-deck circle, it is Miley Pitts, the left fielder. White looking to get back on track with the 3-1. The pitch. And it will miss up and out. It is a 5-pitch walk to get us back into the action as Kofi, just like Coons, begins the inning with a leadoff walk. Now Miley Pitts steps in for the visitors. As well, for those just joining us, United, one of the best hitting teams in the OHSAA. They average 13.5 runs per game. Impressive work from the Golden Eagles, and defensively, just about as good, allowing just under 5 runs per game. First pitch will miss upstairs. Or second pitch, now 2-0 the count. Pitts looking to give the ball a ride. White trying to settle back in. Kofi as well getting a decent lead every time over at first base. This time a little bit more conservative. It doesn't matter though. 3-0 the count. White needs a strike here, even if it is a gimme pitch. And it's in there. 3-1 the count. White has some life in the circle. Exactly what she had to do. Obviously, if she could pick and choose, she'd want a chase out of the zone. But 3-0, your options are very much limited. And on the 3-1, it misses upstairs. That is the second consecutive 5-pitch walk. So that will put 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position, and up steps Brittany Miller, the right fielder. But the Golden Eagles, a very good spot right now for the lefty to strike. Corners in for the Aviators. Middle, normal depth, maybe a little bit more in than normal. But either way, it is the corners with the most movement on their stance. I really don't mind what they're doing with the corners. You have to play to get the lead runner. So if that's the case, Lunsford, though she be a freshman, she has to know she has to be at first, or excuse me, over at third if the bunt's that way. And at that same time, Manier needs to know she needs to make a beeline back to her bag if it does get down over on her side. 1-0 the count on Miller. In the meantime, one swing could put the Golden Eagles on the board, but it looks like they want to push across their first run via some small ball. A good bunt, but it will carry on foul. 1-1 the count. And with nobody out in this frame, no better time to lay down a bunt, move station to station, base to base, and push one across that way. If you are the Aviators, though, you need a response for it. Here's the 1-1. Now 2-1 as it misses well low. So now 2 balls, 1 strike as the throwback goes into center field. But good backup in the meantime by Pasco. The last thing the Aviators want to do is give up a free base, putting 2 runners in scoring position, or really even worse, runners at the corners. It wouldn't be a very good spot for them to work back out of, given that there are no outs. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch from White, and it will carry well upstairs. 3 balls, 1 strike. White trying to avoid a 3rd straight walk as Allie Lacey, the third baseman, awaits in the on-deck circle. A really big pitch early on in this contest. The 3-1 hit right back to White. She will make the play at third. And it's a good recovery by Manier, getting her footing for out number 1. On the fielder's choice, Miller will reach. Pitts will take second, but Kofi is sent back to the dugout. Same scenario, but one extra out in hand for the Aviator defense, as they will now have to take down the third baseman, Allie Lacey. In the meantime, time has been called by Alliance as they will go and talk things over on the mound. Looking forward to the rest of our coverage this week. We are back at it tomorrow across the way for some Alliance baseball as they welcome in West Branch. Then on Wednesday, we make the trip to Beloit to see the reverse fixture of that battle between, one, a state champion, and two, the conference champion. And oh yes, they are two different teams in the same conference. It still baffles me, West Branch winning states, but did not win the conference. In fact, they got swept by the Aviators last season. And then on Thursday, we will be at Marlington for the second game between Marlington and Carrollton in softball. Bunt down the right side. White will lob back to first, and the establishment is in time for out number 2. And that will put 2 runners in scoring position, but 2 down now. A little bit of chaos in the infield added on for some intrigue, but Alliance, they have done a great job working out of this situation. Still, a lot of work to do. Now the 9-hitter Herb steps in, a prime spot to put United on the board. 2 Ducks in scoring position. And it is chopped foul right in front of us. 0-1 the count. I mentioned a statement earlier on in the broadcast, a statement win for Alliance or a statement game if they can compete with United. If they can get out of this inning with no damage, that is the statement that they are looking for. That would be a great way to say, we might be 4-9, but we sure can battle. Here's the 0-1, popped left side, and it will become 0-2 as that ball finds out of play. But a great recovery by Lily White. A lot of struggles early on in the frame. 2 walks on the verge of a third in a row. Got Miller to ground out into a fielder's choice. Then got Lacey over at first base on a ground out to White. Now it's 0-2. Can Lily get out of the inning? It's hit over left side. Lunsford throws across, and it is in time. The Aviators battle through some adversity and retire the side. A statement from the defense of Alliance. 2 walks to begin the inning. Runners at first and second, nobody out. No damage against a team who averages almost 14 runs per game. To put that across 7 innings, 2 runners in scoring position, they took away the runs that would have accounted for 1 inning of work for United's offense. Incredible from the Aviators. Middle of 2, finally, in Alliance after a rain delay. 0-0 your score. Alliance looking to get on the board first when we return. As we rejoin the action for the bottom of the second inning, it appears the sun has paid us a visit finally here at Alliance High School. For those who missed the first inning and a half, we had a rain delay at the top of the second inning. 1 pitch in, they called time for 10 minutes. 5 minutes later, it's sunny. We are back underway, and we are enjoying a great game. A good amount of defense from the Aviators in that second inning, the top half of it at least. A very good battle. 2 runners on, nobody out, no run score. 0-0 your score, and looking at the scoreboard, it's advantage Alliance. They have the lone hit of the afternoon. 1-1 the count on Minier, the third baseman. It'll be Minier, Puckett, and Jewell due up. But a good opportunity for the Aviators to strike. They have the momentum from the top half of the frame. They need to bring it into the bottom, and that will help. It's a leadoff single for Minier. That is one way to get the ball rolling in the bottom of the second inning for A-Town. 3 RBIs on the year for Menier, and I believe a sub-200 batting average, but that will help bring it up a very good hit, and that will put the lead-off runner on, but we will have a courtesy for Menier as it will be number 9, Kendall Brown, running the bases, and in the box for the Aviators, it'll be Kylie Puckett, the right fielder. Puckett, she has done a nice job getting a spot in the lineup. 5 RBIs and 2 doubles on the year. A foul bunt to begin her at-bat. 0-1 the count. But I believe this is the first appearance that we have seen of her in a game that we've covered this year. But as the season goes on, players like Puckett make their own role. And that is what she has done already a putout in this game. That is the way that she wants to go out in her high school career. And to her credit, she has made it happen. Now 0-2 the count. But I like this approach from the Aviators. They are not shying away from small ball. A lot of teams, they don't like to attack it. They like to say, okay, we will live and die by the swing. But especially in a game like softball, smaller dimensions than baseball, a lot more room for error on quick throws. You play small ball, 9 times out of 10, you can make something happen. Even if it is just putting a runner in scoring position, it works. On the 0-2, it misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count. After Puckett, we will see the freshman Brooklyn Jewell step in. And depending on what Puckett does, she will have a big opportunity. Swing and a miss. That is out number 1, as that is our first strikeout of the afternoon for either side. A good pitch from Dietrich, as we will see Jewell now step in. Jewell still has a runner at first base to work with, and in all likelihood, we will see a bunt attempted here. Dietrich sets and fires. Instead, she will hold. 1-0 the count, and on the back pick is not in time. A good dive back from Brown. Very lucky to have survived the throw. A very good offering from Coons behind the dish. 1 ball the count on the designated player. Dietrich sets and fires. Chop left side, this could be 2. Instead, they throw across 2-1, and it is in time for out number 2. But that will move Brown into scoring position. With 2 down, the Aviators once again have a runner in scoring position, and they will now send up Aubrey Lunsford, the shortstop. Lunsford, a good chance to make something happen. You have a runner at second base. Put the ball in one of the gaps in left or right center, and you will have something to work with. In the first offering, she will chop it foul down the left field line. 0-1 the count. Runner at second base, 2 down in the bottom of the second inning. No score quite yet in A-Town. Alliance looking to improve to 5-9 on the year. They are currently 1-2 in EBC play, averaging just over 5 runs per game. Popped up the gut, and it will be caught at second base. A good snag by Keckel retires the side. A lead-off single, but no other damage done by the Aviators. End of 2 in Alliance. 0-0 your score. A good defensive battle so far, but like the Skies, offense might come pouring down very soon. This is OHSAA softball on SmeeSports. Back to the top of the order for United in the top of the third inning. No scoring quite yet. Alliance, they have the 2 hits so far in this contest, and it will be a first pitch ball to Callie Coons. This is OHSAA softball on SmeeSports. For those just joining us, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon. We have seen some rain, we've seen a delay, we've seen a good amount of wind, and so far on the playing turf, a very good game. Low scoring, but as I mentioned at the end of last inning, I don't think it will stay this way for much longer. You have 2 offenses hungry to strike. One has to. A liner right to first base. Hendershot does a tremendous job knocking it down and tagging first for out number 1. And I mean, that was a missile down the line. It will go down as a ground out, but that was far from routine. And now Chloe Angelo, the shortstop, steps in for the visitors. Lily White has done a nice job working through adversity in this contest. 3 walks so far. That is the only damage done by the Golden Eagles. 0-1 now the count on Angelo, who flew out to right field in her lone plate appearance. Here's the 0-1. Lobbed right in and in there. 0-2 the count. 2 good offerings in a row from White. 1 with speed, 1 with precision. 2 strikes, the count on Angelo. White sets and fires. Chopped foul. A good survival cut by the shortstop, so she will see the 0-2 once again. For Alliance next inning, they as well will send up the top of their order in Claire, Brown, and White. And something else to note, White, along with Dietrich, the 2 pitchers, they have been given a towel to dry off the ball if needed. Here's the 0-2. Hit foul down the left field line this time. 2 good cuts in a row from Angelo as she will see yet another 0-2 offering. Foul balls can change a game in an instant. You get a pitch that you have to swing at, you foul it away, and all of a sudden the next pitch you get, it could be exactly what you were waiting for. And if that happens, a very good chance that you see a very hard hit. Still 2 strikes to count. White sets and fires. Chopped over to the left side. Lunsford, a great snag, but the throw will not be in time. The ball goes wide, and cruising into second base for United is Angelo. It's an infield single, and she will advance on the error. I said it moments ago. If you foul off a pitch, you might get exactly what you were looking for. A hard hit ball over towards short. A very tough play for Lunsford. Good range, but not enough on the throw. And all of a sudden, the Golden Eagles have the first run of the ball game waiting in scoring position. It will now be Peyton Keckle stepping in. She, in her only outing, was put out by White on the bump. A good catch by White once again retires Keckle for out number 2. Now Josie Wargo, the first baseman, steps in for the visitors. A fly out to center field in her only appearance thus far. Runner at second base, 2 down in the top of the 3rd. First pitch from White is in there, 0-1 the count. Lily White has been on point this afternoon. She has done a good job putting the walks in the back of her mind. 3 so far in this game. The last one came in the 6th hole the first time around. Currently, we are at the number 4 hitter in the 2nd go-around. So 6 at-bats since her last walk, and only 1 hit allowed in that time. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Wargo. The pitch. And it is in there. Strike 2 looking, 1-2 the count. White really in a rhythm now. Grace Kofi, the center fielder, eagerly awaiting in the on-deck circle. Alliance, they want to wait to see her. Here's the 1-2, swing and a miss. Lily White gets her first strikeout of the afternoon, and it will retire the side. A statement by Lily White. The pitching battle so far has been tremendous. Both sides, 1 strikeout apiece. And for the 2nd straight inning with a runner in scoring position, the Aviators say, not so fast. We will get out of this, and we will survive. And that is exactly what they do. Middle of 3 in Alliance. Still no score. Alliance looking to change that with the top of their order when we return. After a quick break, we return to the action in the home half of the third inning at Alliance High School. Still no score. First pitch of the frame is taken for strike one. 0-1 the count on Lydia Clare. For those just joining us, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon live on SmeeSports. Claire so far today over one with a fly out to left field in her only at-bat. And now she is 1 for 2 with a bloop single, getting the bottom of the third inning off with a hit. Second straight inning where the Aviators have a leadoff single. And now we will see Alexa Brown, the left fielder, step in. A good spot for the Aviators to be in. A runner on, nobody out, and we will see how they approach what will most likely be a pivotal at-bat down the stretch. A beautiful bunt from Brown. The throw down 2-1 is in time for out number one, but the runner will advance into scoring position. As expected, the approach was bunt. A very good bunt at that. Brown does her job, and Lily White will step in, most likely with a sentiment from her coach saying, swing away. You have your two power hitters in the 3 and 4 hole, your 2 home run hitters. Why not let them swing? A good cut into center field, but it will be caught for out number 2. They throw to third, and there is no play. Claire has done a nice job going station to station. She is now 60 feet away from scoring. And with 2 down, Tasha Hendershot steps in. A walk-off a few weeks ago in the victory over Dalton. This will be a good time for her to maybe not get a home run, but at least put the ball in play. It is a pass ball, and they will tell Claire to stay home at third. And that is definitely the right decision, especially given who is in the batter's box for the Aviators. Now is not the time to chance it. If there is anybody that you trust with swinging away in this scenario, it's Tasha Hendershot. And that's why a hard hit ball, but an even better snag at second base. Keckle keeps us tied. What a play. It retires the side, and that is a massive web gem and a massive nugget of momentum for United. We will watch this one back. For the snag alone, I mean, the range is one thing, but the dive is another. And a freshman no less. That is one way to welcome yourself to the show. End of 3 in Alliance. Still no scoring. Defense reigning supreme. Will that be the case? Find out when we return. Defense reigning supreme through 3 innings. Welcome to the top of the 4th inning. 0-0 your score. Alliance, if we are looking for any sort of lead the hitting category 3-1, but as well have 1 error to none of United. We will see if we have our first run of the ball game in either the top or the bottom of the 4th. It's a good start from White. 0-1 the count. It is Kofi, Pitts, and Miller due up this frame. Second pitch of the inning is smacked left side and well out of play. 0-2 on the center fielder. Just as it was in the second inning, it is the 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up now for the visitors. Only 2 combined strikeouts so far. White got her first against Wargo in the last at-bat. This one's popped out of play, and it will fall on the grass slope behind. Anytime the ball is hit over here, you always have to be careful knowing where it goes. Even with a tent, I really don't know if that would hold up with a foul ball hitting it. Here's the 0-2. Lobbed in, hit into center field. It's a tough play, as it will finally be called off by Lunsford on the left side for out number 1. It was skied into the sky as expected based on the pitch, but Lunsford did a great job tracking over into the outfield. That is not a gimme play by any means. And with the sun being flashy to describe it, it's tough to maintain your eye on the ball sometimes. 0-1 the count to begin this at-bat as Pitt swings and misses. Lily White once again, she has done a tremendous job settling in on the mound. The last person she walked, it was Pitts. And now she is up in the count 0-2 after that ball is smacked over towards the third base side. 2 strikes the count. For Alliance next inning, it will be Cheyenne Hendershot, Elena Menier, and Kylie Puckett due up. So that will be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. 2 strikes the count on Pitts. White looking for out number 2. Finds it. Strikeout number 2 on the afternoon for Lily White. She is cruising now. 2 up, 2 down. A very good job by Lily White. And that's the last player that she walked. Makes amends this time around with the polar opposite. And now Brittany Miller, the right fielder, will step in. Lunges and fouls it away for strike 1. An awkward offering, but she knew it would be a strike. Get something on it. That's the right call. Miller was able to reach in her lone plate appearance, but it was at the price of one of her teammates. I believe it was Kofi, who was retired at third base on a fielder's choice. This one is hit right side and caught at second base by Claire, retiring the side. United goes in order. A defensive battle. Sometimes this is the best softball that you will see. No scoring, middle of 4 in A-Town. Alliance still looking to strike first when we return. Five, 6, and 7 due up for the Aviators in the bottom of the 4th inning. Even though we've had a rain delay, we are making really good time. It is 5:43, so we are about 50 minutes into this ball game, and we are almost through 4 innings. Impressive work, and it is a hard 90 to get us underway in the bottom of the 4th inning. A little bit of pain there, I'm sure, from Hendershot, but at the same time, she wants the Aviators to strike first. She'll put ice on it later, but in the meantime, she has her bag as we will see Menier now step in. A leadoff single back in the bottom of the 2nd inning for the Aviators. Hit right side, and the play will be made at 1 for out number 1, but Hendershot now stands in scoring position for Alliance. An awkward hit. It almost fooled the first baseman, Wargo. But Menier, in the end, does her job as Kylie Puckett now steps in. A strikeout swinging in her lone appearance so far. With 1 down and a runner at second base, you could see her potentially bunt here. Instead, she swings away, and she might make it. The throw to 1 is in time for out number 2. It takes an awkward deflection off of a glove, but still, she gets the job done. Hendershot 60 feet away from scoring. And now the pressure falls on the freshman, Brooklyn Jewell. Jewell looking to put the Aviators on the board. Swing and a miss. The off-speed gets her. 0-1 the count. If you are Dietrich right now, you need to get out of this inning. Very few hits have presented themselves so far, and very few opportunities to strike have presented themselves. You need to keep the tie intact, and her first baseman will help. Wargo pins the ball on the turf and retires the side. A great snag over at first base. After a leadoff hit by a pitch, the Aviators go in order. End of 4 in Alliance. This game script very similar to the game against Sandy Valley. Still no scoring. United looking to break the streak when we return. During the break, I was able to check Instagram and saw a lovely post from Marlington Softball. They're supposed to be playing Minerva. The field is a mud pit. Their game obviously canceled. A lot of water on the field at Minerva. First pitch, swing, and a miss. 0-1 the count on Lacey. It is Lacey, Herb, and Coons. So the 8, 9, and 1 hitters do up this frame for United. A very good contest so far. Still no scoring. Defense has reigned supreme, and we are cruising along. The time right now, 5:46. The 0-1 backs out Lacey. 1-1 the count. Given that we did start at 4:55, we are 50 minutes in, 4 innings in the book. And as well, on top of that, we had a 5-minute delay. So 45 minutes of action, 4 innings done. 2-1 now the count on Lacey. In her only at-bat thus far, she grounded out to White in the circle. Here comes the 2-1. Lobbed right in there, making it 2-2. Lily White, 2 strikeouts so far on the afternoon. She has retired Pitts and Wargo swinging. Here is the 2-2. Hit hard left side, and it will fall. A leadoff single for Allie Lacey. That is exactly what the Golden Eagles needed. Hit number 2 on the afternoon for the visitors. And the first run of the ball game, potentially the first run of the ball game, is at first base for United. Kendall Herb now steps in for the Golden Eagles. 0 for 1 on the day with a groundout. 0-1 the count as she will foul that ball away into the back netting. As well, for those just joining us, a different setup today, a lot closer to the field. We have both of our cameras kind of stacked next to each other. Only me today, so we are making do with what we have. Here's the 0-1. Same exact play. Now 0-2 the count. 2 good offerings from White. This time around, she is looking for out number 1 or potentially a double play ball if she is able to force contact up the gut. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss. Lily White retires Herb for out number 1 in 3 pitches. Strikeout number 3 on the afternoon for Alliance's ace, and we will go back to the top of the order for the 3rd time for United. Coons 0 for 1 on the day, a ground out and a walk to her name. Runner at first, 1 down. First pitch sails upstairs, 1-0 the count. Hendershot, a good reaction to climb the ladder and make the stop before the ball was able to escape. 1 ball, no strikes. White sets and fires. Runner goes, and she will be in at second base. 1-1 the count as that was strike 1. But the go-ahead run now stands in scoring position for United. She wasn't able to move on the strikeout of Herb, but she is able to make her own advancement happen. A good move by Lacey. I like it. Be aggressive on the base path. 0-0 game. Make something happen. Count now sits at 1 ball, 2 strikes as that ball is popped out of play. Lily White looking for an extremely important strikeout number 4 on the afternoon. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. White gets ready and delivers. Hit into left center field, and it will fall. It is down. The runner will go. The play at the plate is not in time. It sneaks past. United strikes first, and the play at 3 is also not in time. It's an RBI double for Callie Coons, and she advances to 3rd on the throw. 1-0, United strikes first. A big hit for the Golden Eagles, and we will watch back the hustle. I mean, the throw was there just a little bit too wide, and that ended up being the death of the Aviators right there. Run number 2 stands 60 feet away, and United has finally broken through. And they might have again, and they do. 2-0 your score. It's an RBI single from Chloe Angelo. The Golden Eagles, it was only a matter of time until they found a way to strike, and one of the best offenses in the OHSAA is on the board with 2 consecutive swings. So now it will be Peyton Keckle stepping in. She will get some instructions before she steps in the box. So we will see what she does here. It could be a number of things. Given the scenario, it could be swing away. The Aviators, on the other hand, think otherwise. She shows bunt, a good one down the left side, and it will sneak past Manier, but it is foul. 1 strike the count. After Keckle, it is Josie Wargo, the first baseman, awaiting in the on-deck circle. The Golden Eagles, as I said, they've broken through and have broken free. Can they keep the hit parade going? Popped, and Hendershot is unable to track it down. 0-2 the count. Good hustle from Tasha behind the dish. Not a gimme play, not an expected play. But either way, 0-2 the count. Alliance in desperate search of out number 2. White ready to go, fires it in, and she will miss upstairs for ball 1. I mentioned it after last inning. This game very similar to the contest against Sandy Valley, and given the run scored by United, I would say the game script pretty much identical. Now 2-2 the count. After 2 strikes to begin the at-bat, 2 balls follow. Count even on Keckle. White still searching for out number 2. We'll still have to wait as the foul ball hits off the top netting and stays in. A good battle in the box by Keckle, and going back earlier on in the game, I said if you are able to foul off a couple of pitches and find the one you want, you can do some real damage, and that is exactly what happened. Here's the 2-2, hit left side. They get the out at 2, but no! The umpire in the field says no. The failed fielder's choice puts Keckle at first. A tough one there from the Aviators defense, but that puts 2 runners on, still 1 down for the Golden Eagles. They have hit their stride. Wargo now steps in, 0 for 2 on the day, but no better time than now to break through. Ball 1 as the offering misses low. Hendershot able to survey the field before throwing the ball back. But these next couple at-bats will tell the story of how the rest of this game will go. Here is the 1-0. Chopped foul, count even. A good cut in the box by Wargo. The question is, can she straighten it out? And does she change up her approach here? Once again, United up by 2. They can be a little bit more carefree on the base path and in the box. That will advance the runners. 1-2 now the count as the ball gets passed. And a prime opportunity, even more so than the one that was there, presents itself to Wargo. Still, the first baseman is down to her final strike, but in the meantime has 2 runners in scoring position. And she will pop it right to White for out number 2. And they don't get out number 3 at second base. An immediate relay effort, but not in time. Now Grace Kofi will step in the box for the Golden Eagles with 2 down and 2 runners in scoring position. Hit a gap, it's 4-0. The pitch, swing and a miss. The low offering gets Coffee to offer in turn. 0-1 the count. A good pitch from White as she has done a nice job hitting her spots all across the zone. And a good cut from Kofi, still going back, and it will fall in play. 2 runs will score, and she will stay put at second. It's an RBI double off the fence for Grace Kofi. 4-0 your score. What a cut. Time now has been called, but one swing of the bat changes the game. As you can see, the ball, it almost sneaks on out, but it barely stays in. Runner at second, 2 down, and the call to the bullpen has been made. It will be Manier coming on to pitch the rest of the game for the Aviators. United, their offense, it was due to strike, and it has struck. 4-0 your score, top 5 in Alliance. This is OHSAA softball on SmeeSports. Manier is all warmed up and ready to go. It is a first pitch strike, 0-1 the count. For those just joining us, a lot of damage done this frame. An RBI double from Coons, an RBI single from Angelo, and the last swing from Kofi, a 2 RBI double. 4-0 your score. Alliance, they did a great job holding off the potent Eagles, but it was only a matter of time until they struck, and they struck in a big way this frame. Pitts looking to make it more, chases the high heat, now 1-2 the count. The Aviators have Lunsford, Clare, and Brown due up to try and retcon the situation. Here's the 1-2. Well, up and out, count even. But Manier, a good year on the mound in regard to strikeouts. 33, she looks for number 34 here, and finds it. One batter, one strikeout, side retired. Great efficiency on the bump by Manier, but it does not come before United's outburst. 4 runs cross home in the top of the 5th. Alliance looks to return the favor when we return. This is OHSAA softball on SmeeSports. Welcome back to Alliance High School for the bottom of the 5th inning of this OHSAA clash between United and the Aviators. 4-0 your score. The Golden Eagles scoring all 4 of their runs in the top half of this frame. Lunsford grounds it left side. A tough play to make, and on the bobble, she is safe. A leadoff infield single for Lunsford gives the Aviators hope in the bottom of the 5th. For those just joining us, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening live on SmeeSports. A busy week ahead. Well, every week's a busy week on SmeeSports, but this week especially. Broadcast from today all the way through Saturday as of right now. 0-1 the count, and the throwdown to second is not in time. A good steal from Lunsford, but she would have done better if she would have gotten down and slid. Either way, she is in. Tomorrow we will be across the way at the baseball field, Alliance and West Branch baseball. A good game that we have to see it twice. We will be in Beloit then on Wednesday for the second part of the season series. On Thursday, we will be at Marlington High School for a softball clash between Carrollton and Marlington. Friday, right now, the plan is to go to CVCA for Holy Name softball as that ball is cranked into left field and caught for out number 2, and they should get the throw to 2 for out number 3. The Aviators get doubled up, or excuse me, that's only out number 2. It looked like they had the second out on the board well before it happened. But either way, the base is clear. 2 down now. A very powerful swing into left, but nothing coming as Alexa Brown will have no one on the base path when she steps in. But we will have CVCA and Holy Name softball. That is the plan, at least on Friday. Then Saturday, 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. first pitches at Tri-C as the Triceratops welcome in Bryan and Stratton College. 1-0 the count on Brown. And depending on what happened in Game 2 of the day for the Triceratops, we could see wins number 35 and number 36 in a row. The score right now in that contest is 14-9. Bottom 6, Tri-C on top. So it looks like they will win for the 34th time in a row this season. Brown gets hit by a pitch as she will give the Aviators life on the base path with 2 down. But Tri-C, they have been a joy to watch this season. One of the best teams in the entirety of NCAA baseball, or in their case, NJCAA baseball. But still, 34 straight wins. The potential to make it 36, and then by the end of the regular season, make it 38. That is unprecedented. We never see that happen. You never hear of it. Impressive work from Tri-C, looking to see them one more time this regular season. Hit right side, and it will bloop in for a 2-out single. Lily White, a good cut. She is now 2 for 3 on the day. With 2 runners on, up steps Tasha Hendershot. We know the power in her swing. If she can give the ball a ride, we have a new ball game. 2 down, 2 on. Hendershot so far on the afternoon. 0 for 2, a fielder's choice and a ground out to her name. First pitch bounces in, 1-0 the count. This can be a very telling at-bat for both sides. If Alliance can strike, they have some fight left in them. If United can get out number 3 with no damage, their resilience will show even more so than before. 2-0 the count on Tasha Hendershot. If the bases would become loaded, it goes to Cheyenne Hendershot, who is in the on-deck circle. And on the 2-0, it is cranked right side, carrying, and it falls in play. At least one will score. They send White, and she will score. It's a 2-out, 2 RBI double for Tasha Hendershot. 4-2 the score. It's a new ball game in Alliance. Inches away from a 3-run bomb, but she will take the double. Definitely will take it, and the tying run now steps in the batter's box. What a cut from Tasha Hendershot. And it is a first pitch strike, 0-1 the count. But what a swing from Tasha Hendershot. I mean, I talked about her power moments ago, and now Cheyenne gives the ball a ride into left field. It's over the left fielder's head. Tasha will score. Cheyenne goes to second base. 4-3 the score. The Aviators aren't done quite yet. One swing, the game is new. A second swing, and we are almost tied. The Hendershots both hit RBI doubles in back-to-back at-bats. It's cool enough to see one of them do it, but to see both of them do it that quick, it says a lot about this Aviator squad. A lot of resilience, even if they do lose this game, to battle this well against a team with 1 loss to their name. Very much respectable. And now it goes to Manier, who is 1 for 2 on the day. A base hit, and we could be tied. Ball skips past, and the tying run now is in at third. 1-0 count, and it is Cheyenne Hendershot. One last hurdle to get over, and the Aviators will tie it up. Can Manier give the Aviators the hit they need? 1-1 now the count, a good recovery by Dietrich. You will see how long the Golden Eagles keep Jillian Dietrich in the game. One strikeout to her name as it's hit right side. It's through. We're tied. We are tied still. Almost not. A great relay from the outfield. We are tied 4-4. It's an RBI single for Manier. That almost became a great play and right by Miller, but the Aviators somehow in some way get the runner on. Menier hustles through. New ball game. No runs through 4. 8 combined in the 5th. One heck of a 2-out rally from the Aviators. And now Kylie Puckett steps in. Puckett, an opportunity to help the Aviators potentially take the lead depending on what she is able to do. After Puckett, it goes to Jewel, then Lunsford. Dietrich shaking it off, fires. First pitch misses upstairs. The throwback 2-1 is not in time. 1 ball, no strikes, the count. But a very hard hit ball on the right side. 3 balls put in play, and all of them doing lots of damage. 1-1 now the count as Puckett fouls it away off of the umpire. For the Golden Eagles next inning, Miller, Lacey, and Erb due up, so that is the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Puckett. Dietrich sets and fires. Swing and a miss. A good low offering gets Puckett to cut. Now 1-2 the count. This is a big pitch upcoming. Puckett looking to give the ball a ride. Dietrich looking to get to the next inning. No more damage. Puckett hits it into center field, and it is caught in plenty of time. A good catch by Kofi. Right place, right time. Side retired, but not before the damage is done. 4-run score. Let's go through it. With 2 outs, a single from White was predated by a hit by a pitch against Brown. Then the Hender shots, each with an RBI double. 3 combined RBIs across the 2 hits. Then Menier ties it up with a heart attack RBI single. She was almost rung up at first base. I mean, the ball was there, just dropped. It was there until it wasn't. A very tight call. But she was able to hustle it out, and that hustle is the reason why we are tied entering the top of the 6th inning. We will keep it here before we start the inning, but just a crazy game. A lot of defense through the first 4 innings. No run scoring. I think a total of 4 hits total, excuse me. Now 14 hits and 8 runs in 1 inning. So 10 hits across the inning and 8 runs. New ball game. Miller steps in first for the Eagles. A fielder's choice and a pop out to her name thus far. Things will get interesting now as we enter the 6th inning. There is some action in the bullpen, and it is Kekel getting warm for the Golden Eagles. Keep in mind, Dietrich, she is a flex, so she could come in, especially for Erb, who hits in the 9-hole. That could be the decision made if they are making the pitching change, but that remains yet to be seen. First pitch is in there, 0-1 the count. Menier has faced 1 batter so far, and it's so far so good. 1 strikeout. Menier sets and fires. Now 1-1 as Hendershot is able to get over and keep the ball close, but it is well out of the zone. Alliance looking to improve to 5-9 on the year. United looking to improve to 12-1. Now 1-2 as it is fouled off of the side netting. The foul contact today has often been followed up by a base hit or at least another good foul ball. So we will see if that trend continues to reign in the 6th. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. Menier looking for strikeout number 2. Chopped down the first base side, and it goes foul before Hendershot can get there. Same count, same scenario. We will run it back. But a good little chop down the right field line. Miller tried sneaking it past, but given the hit, I think she will take a redo. And she will get yet another one, another foul ball. A very good sequence to open up the sixth. Looking forward to the bottom of the inning. It is Jewel, Lunsford, and Claire due up to hit for the Aviators. The 1-2 skips past 2-2. But this game has been a tale of two portions, to say the least. So far, a very good battle in the batter's box by Miller against Lunsford. But Lunsford will win it. Strike three on the swing. Two batters faced. Two strikeouts for Lunsford. This one, it's out number one. A good outing so far from Aubrey Lunsford. Or excuse me, not from Lunsford, that is Menier, excuse me. But Menier, she has been great in the circle. And she continues it 0-1 on Lacey. But with those two strikeouts, Menier now sitting at 35 strikeouts. Here's the 0-1. It will run a bit too inside. 1-1 the count. United 4, Alliance 4, your score. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. And it's in there, 1-2. Menier has done tremendous so far. I've said it a couple of times this inning. I will say it again. To come in and steady the ship after a rough fifth inning. Tremendous work. Count now even 2 balls, 2 strikes. Menier does not get the chase upstairs that she desired. After Lacey, it goes to Herb. And it looks like she will stay in. The 2-2 is popped up over to the left side. And it is caught by Lunsford at short for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. And for Menier, a total of 3 batters faced and 3 retired. Kendall Herb now steps in 0-2 on the afternoon. A ground out and a strikeout to her name. It looks like we are having some heavy clouds roll in from center field. 0-1 the count. Another good first pitch from Menier. We'll flip cameras real quick. You see the sky right there on your screen. Very dark out in center. Here is the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Now 0-2. 2 good offerings in a row from Menier. Can she get United in order? The pitch. Yes, she can. Strike 3, swinging. Third strikeout on the afternoon for Menier. And this one retires the side. Consistency. That is what the Aviators were looking for after a rough frame. Elena Menier comes in. 4 batters faced across an inning and 1/3. 4 retired in a row. 3 strikeouts and a pop out. Elena Menier, exactly what the Aviators needed on the mound in the time. Middle of 6 in Alliance. 4-4 the score. The Aviators looking to take their first lead of the night when we return. The call to the bullpen has been made by United entering the bottom of the 6th inning. Dietrich will now play second base as Peyton Keckel comes on over and will take the circle for the Golden Eagles. Honors even. 4-4 your score. First pitch ball, 1-0 the count on Jewel. It's Jewel, Lunsford, and Claire due up this frame for the Aviators. For both sides, all of the damage was done in the 5th inning, a combined 8 runs. Now 1-1 as Jewel fouls that one away. The good news for the Golden Eagles, the heart of their order, meaning the top, is due up in the 7th. So if they do need some runs, they are in a very good spot to find them. 2-1 the count on Jewel as she is showing good patience in this at-bat. Alliance would feel a lot better if they are able to get a run this inning. That would help them get in the right direction. Now 3-1 as that pitch misses inside. A narrow miss at that. 3-1 the count. Keckle looking to settle in with Lunsford awaiting in the on-deck circle, standing at 1-2 on the day. The 3-1 is hit right side, and it will carry on foul. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. A pivotal payoff upcoming from Keckle. And here's the offering. A hard hit foul ball down the left side. And Jewel will see the payoff pitch once again. A good survival swing and a good amount of power. She is trying to give the ball a ride on the ground, and depending on where she is able to hit it in this infield, the ball has plenty of space to get through. Here's the payoff, and it is inside. It's a leadoff walk for Jewel. Exactly what the Aviators needed, and now as Lunsford steps in, I think everybody here knows it is small ball time. The Aviators are not trying to score a run. In a sense they are, but the better term to use is force across a run. That is really what small ball is, forcing a run home. Bunt shown, bunt popped, and caught behind the dish for out number 1, and there is no throwback to 1. That's the only downside of going small ball. If it pops up and it's caught, that's it. Now Claire steps in, 1 for 3 on the day. She, along with Lunsford, were doubled up her last time up on a hard hit ball to left. First pitch ball, 1-0 the counts. And given that quick dismissal of Lunsford, the Aviators are back to the drawing board as to how they will score this inning. Here's the 1-0. Misses upstairs. The runner fakes. The throwback 2-1 is not in time. 2-0 the count. Jewel based the throw, but does a great job to get in there. The Aviators cannot make outs number 2 or 3 on the base path. It has to be at 1 or at home, if at all. The 2-0 is bunted into the catcher, now 2-1. But the last thing they need is to get too greedy on the base path and get caught trying to take an extra base. Especially given who is in the hole and who is coming up after that. You need to get to the heart of your order. That is how you will strike. Now 2-2, Jewel will go. The throwdown is in time for out number 2. An excellent chuck from Coons. And now the scenario even more changes. 2-2, 2 away, nobody on. Claire looking to give the ball a ride with Alexa Brown eagerly awaiting in the on-deck circle. The 2-2 eye level zips on by, and we are full. But a massive throw out from behind the dish. That keeps the Golden Eagles in a good spot. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the payoff. And it is in there for strike 3 looking, and it will retire the side. An excellent offering from Keckle, and we will flip to the 7th inning. 2, 3, and 4 for the Aviators in the bottom. 1, 2, and 3 for the Golden Eagles in the top. It's the best of each order. Mano y mano. Honors even. 4-4 your score on SmeeSports. The hour of reckoning is here. Honors even through 6 innings. Whichever team is able to win an inning wins the game. 4-4 the score. First pitch ball from Anir. 1-0 count on Coons. It is the catcher, then Angelo and Keckle do up his frame. So it's the top of the Golden Eagle order. The 1-0 is cut at and missed. 1-1 the count. Manier so far has faced 4 batters since coming in the bottom of the 5th with 2 down, 3 strikeouts, and a pop-out to her name. Now 1-2 the count. Elena Manier cruising early on in this at-bat. This would be a big out number 1 to get given the RBI double last time out from Coons. Now 2-2 the count as that pitch misses just outside. A very good game in this very interesting condition. Now 3-2. But the weather today has been less than desirable at times. We've already had 1 rain delay, heavy storm clouds rolling in from center, but there also is a good amount of sun. A very obscure afternoon in Alliance. Here's the payoff. A big hit right field, and it will be caught in right center for out number 1. Pasco gets underneath. But a good pop off the bat from Coons. Manier, 5 for 5 now. Excellent consistency from Elena Manier. If the Aviators win, regardless on who gets the walk-off hit, there's a good chance that she will be player of the game, especially if it comes this inning, and she is able to continue her dominance. 0-1 the count on Angelo. But entering play tonight, a 7.30 ERA. And to produce this. Impressive from Manier. 0-2 the count. I see a lot of games throughout the season. I mean, including summer, across baseball and softball, over 100 games. This might be one of the most impressive displays that I've seen from a pitcher. Coming in, the cards stacked against them, and to pitch this well. Truly impressive from Elena Manier. Count remains 0-2 as Angelo fouls it off down the left side. Can she win it here? The 0-2, it is low, now 1-2. I mean, going back to Dalton game 1, that was one of our better games that we've seen this year for softball. But as that is out number 2 on a swing and miss, this one gets even better. With 2 down, now up steps Keckle. But since Manier has come in, strikeout, strikeout, pop out, strikeout, fly out, strikeout. 0-1 count. And another thing that she has done so well, the first pitch strike. It has been a very consistent thing from her. She has done it well, and she continues to do it. Keckle on the day, 2 pop outs to the pitcher, and a fielder's choice her last time up. Now 0-2 as the bunt goes foul. We've already seen 1 walk-off this season from the Aviators on a game that we've covered. We've talked a lot about Manier, but to find the walk-off hitter, you have to go to the other end of the battery. Here's the 0-2, and it bounces on in. 1-2 now the count, but I like that from Manier. You cannot give a gimme pitch to Keckle. Manier has proven that when she needs to find the spot, she can. I like it. Mess around with pitches, find what works. Here's the 1-2. Money, strike, 3, looking. Manier retires the side. What a pitch. What an ending to the frame as the Golden Eagles go in order. 5 strikeouts today. White had 3. And in only 7 batters, no less. Elena Manier faced 7 batters so far. All 7 have gone right back to the dugout. Impressive. That is the only way to put it. 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Aviators. The task is simple. Score and you win. This is OHSAA softball on SmeeSports. Do not go anywhere. This is what we live for. Games like this. Hard-fought battles. It is either extras or we end it here. We'll actually stay right here because we are ready to go immediately. 1 pitch, 1 warm-up, and we are back into the fold. But it's Brown, White, and Hendershot, as I just said. The 2, 3, and 4 hitters. It's the heart of the Aviator order. If they get Brown on the base path, Small ball might become a big part of the rest of this game, but given who's up next, it might be swing away, and the Aviators would do something that we really haven't seen them do. Rely on their swings to win a game like this. Here's the 1-0. Well, upstairs now 2-0. And keep in mind, the Aviators sitting at 4-9 with a win, they would upset an 11-1 United side. Here is the 2-0 from Kekel. Strike one called on Brown. A good get right from Kekel in the circle. Now 2-1. United, their next game will be on the 22nd against Columbiana. 3-1 now the count. Alliance, their next game tomorrow at Marlington, assuming the field is playable, which, given the weather, I am going to probably say no. Here is the 3-1. Swing and a miss. We are full. After the Marlington game, it's home against Howland, at Salem, then either at West Branch or CCC, and then finally at Louisville on the 28th. Here is a big payoff pitch, and it's upstairs. It's a lead-off walk for the Aviators, and the winning run is on the base path. Lily White now steps in, 2 for 3 on the day, 2 singles and a deep fly out to center field. Once again, the task is simple. Score 1 and you win. First pitch skips by, and that will put the winning run in scoring position. 1-0 the count, and the Aviators 120 feet away. Can they get it done? No outs, 1-0 the count. A base hit might do it. Kekel sets and fires, and she did go. 1-1 the count. If you are the Golden Eagles, you need out number 1 at the plate. You need that more than anything right now. Here's the pitch. Hit right center field. It is down. They will send Brown. The play at the plate. It won't happen. Alliance walks it up. Lily White propels the Aviators over United 5-4. The upset is complete. What a swing. What a drive. What a ball game. Alliance walks off United. Rain delay and all. We get the game in, and the Aviators win it. 5-4, your final. What a game. What a walk-off. And the Cardiac Aviators get it done. Down 4-0 after the top of the 5th. They then put 4 on the board in the bottom half of the frame. And then Elena Menier, 7 batters faced, 7 retired. That settled down the defense, paving the way for the starting pitcher, Lily White, to find the walk-off winner. A big RBI single. She is 3 for 4 on the day. She will split player of the game honors with Elena Menier. Menier, the model of consistency the Aviators needed on the mound given the circumstances. She got it done. Alliance 5, United 4, your final. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFist2024 on Twitter. As well, subscribe to the SmeeSports YouTube channel and enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. Trying to hit 3,500 subscribers by the end of this year. So, if you are new, go down below and subscribe. It costs nothing, and it greatly helps out our efforts here at SmeeSports. Looking at the rest of our week, tomorrow we're over across the way at Alliance High School still, but on the baseball field as the Aviators take on West Branch. Then we are in Beloit on Wednesday for the reverse fixture of the season series. Thursday, we are at Marlington High School for a softball game between the Dukes and the Warriors of Carrollton. On Friday, our plan is to go to CVCA to see Holy Name and CVCA battle it out on the softball diamond. And on Saturday, to close out our week, we will be at Tri-C's Ron Model Field, a big one. Assuming the win that we expected in Game 2 happened, which we're going to confirm this before we say it. Once Game Changer decides to load. The game's delayed, so I guess they're not completing it. Or, well, 19-9, so that should mean it's over and CCC wins it. So 34 straight wins for Cuyahoga Community College. We will potentially see wins 35 and 36 on Saturday. Tune in for those. Ivan Nathan Smee saying so long from Alliance High School. The Aviators walk it off 5-4. This has been OHSAA Soft. Have a good night, everyone, and we will see you tomorrow still at Alliance High School for some OHSAA baseball.